And here we are in the finals of the Austrian Legacy League Season 7 tournament of the Season 7. I'm once again Peter Plank, and I'm once again joined by
Jonas Bauernfeind at @Joba_99 on Twitter.
And we will talk about your finals against Franz Wolfslehner. So you are playing basically again Blue-Red Delver.
Playing Stockpile Delver with one Pyroblast changed to an Anomaly Heat because nobody plays blue in our meta. And here we really see why it's important to go top 1 in the Swiss, because now I can start against Mono-Red Stompy in the main event, in the final, which is huge.
Yeah. And we have Franz now on 18.
Yeah. And
you on 19. Unfortunately, you put the life totals at a place where I can't really do anything about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I changed sides for this one and put my stuff to my right side as usual. But there is an emblem of the Austrian Legacy League on top of it.
Yeah. But
so,
yeah.
For people who don't know, this is also the match for an invite to the European Legacy Masters.
Which you didn't know actually when you played.
Which we didn't know when we played, but it was nice to have as well.
Yeah.
So here do the classic play of just 2 Delvers turn 2, which I had the chance to play at Delver turn 1, but I decided that it would be better to have interaction, like Brainstorm, into the Force of Will. I didn't have the Force of Will in my starting hand, and just apply pressure after countering his first piece.
Yeah. So we're now at 16, and the Maddening Hex.
I just let the Maddening Hex resolve. I can raise a Maddening Hex at this point.
Yeah. The problem is the only thing that you are worrying about is
Yeah, I also have a third creature in hand. I have a Dragon Age in hand.
Okay.
Which I can play unpunished.
Yeah.
It's just a 1/1, but also basically I'm just now faster than you.
Okay. You take some damage?
Yeah.
Because you're searching for a Force of Will?
Yeah,
am I right?
Basically.
So down to 16.
That's a pretty good hit, because it makes me delirious with the Ponder.
And maybe you get the Daze. But do you get the Force of Will?
I mean, at this point he can't really tap his Ancient Tomb for anything other than Engineering Bridge.
Or Fury.
Or anything, because I kill him.
Okay.
I kill his Wasteland him. Because if he taps his Wasteland, for example, for his Trinosphere, if he taps his Ancient Tomb for the Trinosphere in his hand, it just dies.
Yeah.
Which is seldom a winning move, just dying.
Yeah, the problem is here you have to have the Trinosphere and then the Ensnaring Bridge and hope that it holds.
No, you just have to play the Ensnaring Bridge this turn to not die. Okay,
because of Bolt and stuff like that.
He's on 10. If he taps his Ancient Tomb, he's on lethal.
He would have had a Mountain in hand. So, he's playing the spell in 2 days.
Yeah.
But, was the only hope. And, you basically won the first game now.
And even if it hits the Ensnaring Bridge here, I can still find my Prison Blower.
Yeah.
Or Bolts.
Yeah.
So, pretty classic sideboarding decisions on both sides. Franz has still a Khan Wishboard, so he just boards in the anti-blue blasts.
Yeah.
And I board in 2 Force of Negations. And 2 Meltdowns, I think. Which would be. And if I'm feeling fancy, 1 or 2 into the festivities, because I know at this point that Franz plays the Rebel Master type of Mono-Red Stompy.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's really the right call to board it in. It's just a funny thing to do.
Yeah, the problem always is you don't want to really board in the 1-cost cards because of Chalice of the Void.
It's funny. It's funny to kill 4 goblins. That's the way. But I don't think it's correct.
But you still don't deal with the big goblin. That's the problem. Yeah.
I bought out 2 Mishra's Bubble here, because they are really clunky if a early card hits the table. And you're really looking for a Trinosphere, or you're really looking for impact cards and not for the small value card. Here.
So
Other than that, I probably bought out the Unholy Heat, maybe, because it's a one-mana spell that doesn't deal with block pieces.
And doesn't go for ace, yeah. Which is also a
Yeah.
big thing that bolts can close out the game actually.
Yeah, with my creatures that hit for 3 damage each turn and his lands which hit for 2 damage each turn, like Ancient, that's only Ancient Tomb, but he still loses a lot of life. It's really possible to just burn him out.
And now you're basically mulling down to a Force of Will, am I right?
Yeah, I think my second hand should have 3 forces, if I remember. No, I lost this. No spoilers, but I lost this game. There will be a game 3.
So we have to bleep this section now. Damn it.
I can't believe it. Yeah.
I mean, losing on the draw is like not standard, but it's like a 50-50 matchup. Mono Red Stompy versus Delver.
It's really who starts is really difficult.
Yeah, the die roll is so important. Do we have a turn 1 here on the side of? Yeah, we have a Ancient Tomb, a Chromox, excelling a Maddening Hex, getting him.
A Chalice around days, which isn't that necessary.
Yeah, I would have
here just forcing because it would
be
block me.
Yeah, so we see another Chalice on the next turn, am I right?
Yeah, here I have the clunky land because I can daze now.
Okay, so we have you at
19
and Franz at 16 because of 2.
No, actually 16. Why?
Yeah,
I ended played the land tapped. Yeah, that's
yeah.
I think I just bolt to filter my top in the upkeep to find a second land.
Yeah. Okay, so it's like basically quickly game over here, especially when we see the goblin hitting the table.
I think in this game it's a Khan in his hand.
Or the Khan even, yeah. Is it the Khan? No, you play the goblin here.
With the goblin, yeah, which should be enough.
So down to 14. Or is at 13 because you hit with...
I hit once, yeah.
Yeah. And you are at 17. So much to manage the life totals here.
And I'm 16. I tap the land. Here, just playing into the Chalice. Maybe he misses.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically your only hope.
Yeah.
No, he plays another goblin. So he goes down to 11. But he attacks with those. Mentor trigger. So he's hitting for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So he's pretty light on cardboard in hand, so I think if I can go land Paraglasm, I could win the game.
But
Only problem here is I don't play Paraglasm, and yeah, that's a pretty big problem, but that would be the line to play here.
Basically, yeah. I mean, if you play Paraglasm here, we have the decklist too. I have to cancel you from the tournament and give the invite down to France.
Yeah, so luckily I don't play Paraglasm and will lose this game.
Yeah, it's basically really hard.
Go to 8. Oh, now it's a 9 because
Because you don't do anything.
Don't do anything, I just die.
Yeah, the board is like way too big here.
So I passed and conceded in his upkeep for
style points.
Yeah, I just thought maybe I could play it out, but there would nothing happen here instead of a tech trigger and turning things sideways.
I mean, you don't really give any outs. I mean, I had sometimes if you play any spells, you can give your opponents out before combat, but in this case, it was not. So 1-1, back to you, and I think we will see the same thing as game 1.
I think less creature pressure.
Less creature
pressure, more just counter your lock pieces.
Okay.
There's one interesting decision coming up with a bolt.
Okay.
As I remember, but yeah, that's the thing.
So let's see what the matchup
I think
holds.
this one is the most fair game we had in all three the games. we both play Magic in this one, which isn't always true when playing Mono Red Stompy
Yeah.
against Delver.
I mean, there is a saying that Magic is a game of fun.
Yeah,
And sometimes it's distributed only to one side. A Mono Red Stompy is like the deck that says like one guy has 100% fun and the other one has 0%. And it doesn't matter if it's good. If it's good for Mono Red Stompy, you have the fun, and it's bad for Mono Red Stompy, you don't have any fun.
So that's he just shows me his just lands and Serum Spirit in hand and mulligans. I
Okay.
don't know what I do with my hand because I didn't look at it.
I mean,
Like
you have
I
lands,
looked at
force.
it in the tournament, but I didn't look at it now.
Yeah, you have lands, forces.
Do I have a
Delver,
land? No.
Wasteland. You have
I
a
have a
Scalding
Scalding
Tarn,
Yeah, then it's a keep.
I mean, wouldn't.
No,
Okay,
a zero
because
lander
of
wouldn't
Blood
be a
Moon.
keep.
Yeah, true. But I guess that you had some lands
It
in hand.
actually might be that my deck list is wrong. Does it say Flutter Strand or Mystery Rainforest? At least in Bologna I played Mystery Rainforest.
There it's Flooded Strand.
Maybe it's true, I don't know.
I mean, so we have to give you a decklist error.
If I play Mystery Rainforest, yeah, but I don't know.
We will see. So 7 cards now for Franz, and he will have to put 1 away. And that's something that is pretty nice with the London Mulligan.
So he just has Furious and a lot of lands here?
I mean, he has...
That should go to 5. He can't win with Furious and a lot of lands. Right.
That's a ballsy statement here.
But I don't know if I'm not seeing that correctly, but he just has Furious and a lot of lands.
Yeah.
Don't think that's good.
Me neither. But we will have land go. So that's the reason that...
Plant flipping a Delver.
Yeah.
That's the good thing to do.
Getting another 1-drop would be supreme here. Like a Dragon Rage Channeler would be perfect.
I really like the Prison Brower here because it can interact with lock pieces.
Yeah.
Like if the Chalice of 1 hits now, I can just let it resolve and basically time lock him.
Yeah. Now he isn't allowed to play his Den of the Bugbear.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think it's just a pass here, am I right? Or do you want to excel something? You don't have a free drop, am I right? Or he doesn't have a free drop. I mean, does he board out Bloodsun? Most likely, am I right?
Probably. It doesn't do that much.
I mean, it's turns off Wastelands.
Do you board out Fiery Confluence? It does play Planet Structure here.
So he basically forces the issue with
Yeah,
the
he
Wasteland.
needs his acceleration for because they have 5 and 6 drops in his hand.
Yeah.
So he really doesn't want to have his 2 mana lands wasted.
So it's like twice. No, it was twice hit with the Delver.
Yeah, should be. This should be the second.
So it's at 14. And did you
I'm
fetch?
at 19. I had a Scalding Tarn in my starting hand.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Remembering the life totals.
You could always just look on the smartphone.
On which smartphone?
That one
It's hidden.
covered up.
So yeah, now we have the mountain that you already saw. Franz getting down to 11. Yeah, and here it's like he has a really slow hand.
Yeah, and me wasting while only being on 1 land really should show him that I have a strong hand, because I wouldn't do that if I needed the land for anything.
Yeah. And now we get
A Chandra.
a Chandra.
So he can tick down to 4, I think.
And I think
and I
if I
go
remember.
bolt until bolt.
Yeah.
Because I just need to handle that.
and you draw another land.
And he's on 1 card, so
Okay.
I don't really care about card advantage or disadvantage, so I can and should use these 2 cards to remove them.
It's now
It's a Fury.
he
for
drew
pressure.
3 Furies this game, which is like
No,
pretty
that's
strong.
the second one.
And he has 1 in hand
Okay.
too.
I double dice here.
Ah, so good.
And here we have tempo against value, where with the Delver deck being the value deck, with no lands, but all the cards in hand.
Yeah. And he plays out another Fury, am I right?
Yeah, and this one resolves.
Yeah. But you find a Bolt?
But here comes the interesting decision. Because the card he drews or has in hand is a Rebel Master.
Yeah.
So what do you bolt?
Yeah, here's the question, like, do you wait for the attack if it's a bolt and then play
I just bolted the Legionnaire main phase.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I had a Murktide, but Murktide was the reason. Because I just take one hit and play a Murktide that's bigger than the Fury.
Okay, fair enough. Then you have a Stonewall.
Like I can go bigger than him, but I can't go wider than him. So I kill the thing that goes wide.
Yeah.
And I think I already had it in hand.
So, Murktide Regent, 8/8, pass the turn. And now it's like Pyroblast or death. And Pyroblast doesn't really matter.
Force of Negation.
Because Force of Negation, yeah. So you need like double Pyroblast on the side of France. And you're dead in 2 turns. I mean, he's dead in attack plus bolt.
Yeah.
And this was actually a game where it was like pretty good that you drew a lot of lightning bolts.
Yeah.
Because they had a lot of application, which is kind of true nowadays for the Stompy decks. Because they lean much more into the creature route with the 8 Rebel Master effects.
He tries to clear my Murktide with Fury and Fury. So there are currently 6 damage marked on Murktide.
Yeah. And he casts the Shatterskull Smashing now.
Yeah, correct. Because if he would have cast a Fury, he actually would have dealt with my Murktide.
Yeah, because you had no counterplay because of the Force of Negation.
But that's just Shatterskull Smashing.
Yeah, so Shatterskull Smashing X3, am I right?
Or 2. 2 would be enough.
Force of Negation. And back to you. And now you are just...
I'm just ahead.
You just win. Because like France goes down to 3. And now he draws a card. And Chromox picks Maddening Hex. So congratulations for winning this event, which basically granted, as we before mentioned, you the invite to the European Legacy Masters. So yeah, congratulations. Do you plan on playing Blue Red Delver in this event too?
I don't know. I think it's the best deck, but last event in Bologna, it really was a Blue Red Delver meta.
Yeah.
So I might just go Blue Red Delverless, like exchange the Delvers with Ledger Shredder, cut some Wastelands, cut some Daces, and just go midrange instead of tempo. Like go over the Delver decks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I might be the best scoutable player in the whole tournament because all my deck lists I play in FNM are on the Austrian Legacy website, and there are now like 5 rounds of commentated play from me online.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that shouldn't really hurt because I don't think that anybody really targets a single player.
No, I mean it's like too big to target any single players.
Yeah.
There will be like 80 plus players playing in this event.
I thought it would be 64.
No, it's a little bit more now because we have like over 20 countries attending with 4 players. So it's
we also play like 6 rounds. 7.
It's currently a little bit under discussion, but I think we can foreshadow that it will maybe split pots with only top 4 qualifying to the top 8.
So like 2 tournaments basically.
So it's like 2 separate groups that will play against each other, and the top 4 of each group will qualify for the top 8 for the whole event.
Yeah.
So it's like 2 40-player events that will qualify the top 4 to the top 8 of the European Legacy Masters. So for Austria, we basically confirm 3 players already. When this is uploaded, we have you for winning this event. We have Markus Schmidhuber winning the Austrian Legacy League Season 7. And as a special invite to Stefan Schütz, which is basically the strongest Austrian legacy player. He won Eternal Weekend last year, the online event, and overall a really, really strong player. King of Traitors, if you know him online, or Mental Misstep as his MTG username.
And then there's one slot gonna be played out at the FIFA 1 Legacy 1K in Vienna at the 29th of October.
Exactly.
So open for all, not Austrian citizenship not mandatory. So if you want to to qualify for the European Legacy Masters, just come and play and win, or get second and I win, then you still will have the slot.
So basically see you at the event at the Free for One in Austria. And thanks for commentating this debate with me.
Thank you, it was a pleasure, because like 3 of the 4 games we commented I won.
Yeah.
Which is quite nice. Yeah. And it was a fun tournament. I just played the tier 0 deck and nobody else did.
Yeah. I mean, it's always, we play a big tournament in the end. Blue Red Delvers wins. With these words, I think we're gonna end this, and thank you for watching, and hit the subscribe button on the channel. See ya. Bye.